Hello book lovers, welcome to Uncommon Reader. I'm Daniela, coming to you today with a tag, an original tag created by Suey at Suey Book Banter. And I have to thank Stuart for tagging me. He's my official tagger because he's tagging me on all the tags he's showing on his channel. And I so appreciate you, Stuart. Thank you so much. There are so many amazing tags out there, but unfortunately not being able to do as many videos as most booktubers out there, I have to kind of pick and choose. And I found this particularly interesting. As Suey says, I wanted to celebrate my 3 years on BookTube. Congratulations, Suey. With an original tag. So I'm introducing the rule of thirds tag, a simple tag with 3 as a theme for 3 years on BookTube. But anyone can do it, no matter how long you've been here. So here are the groups of 3 questions. The first one is about books and reading. First question is, what are your 3 favorite genres? Historical novels, without any doubt, and sort of a subcategory for that would be testimonial literature, which is a term that I learned from Azar Nafisi, one of my favorite authors. And what she means with that, I don't know if it's a common term to define a sort of a group of books that are a testimony of a real story, real facts. So I feel that you're not learning also about history, but you're learning it from a very specific point of view. I really love those type of books. And also something a little lighter, retellings, and they don't have to be specifically about Greek mythology, but also maybe a retelling of a big classic like Damon Copperhead, or the latest I read, James by Percival Everett. The second question is, who are the 3 autobi authors? Speaking of Azar Nafisi, again, is one of the authors I buy everything she writes. She's not too prolific, but I think she wrote 4 or 5 books so far. Emmanuel Carrère, without any doubt, he is a French author, is also a screenwriter, an intellectual, a director. He's very versatile. And of course, my beloved Jack London, right there. Question number 3. What 3 books do you recommend the most? So I had to go and get them, because if I recommend them, I better have them at the house, right? So the first one is Sirs by Madeline Miller. I love it. And then Reading Lolita in Tehran. This is my Italian copy by Azar Nafisi. And then, as Suey, Project Hail Mary. Of course, it's one of our favorites. The next set of questions are about booktubing. What is your favorite book from each year for the past 3 years? So in 2022, it was Sirs by Madeline Miller, and that's why I recommend it. In 2023, definitely V13 by Emmanuel Carrère. And this is actually quite time sensitive, as today, as I'm recording, is the 10th anniversary of the attacks in Paris, the terrorist attacks that happened in Paris in November of 2015. And this is a chronicle of the trial. And I'm really happy that this book is also available in English after a couple of years. So this is a 360 degrees exploration, not only on the trials, but also how the attacks were prepared, a look on what the survivors feel, the trial logistics and also legal aspects of it. So it's so interesting. And actually, this was my first book I read from Carrère, which got me so enthusiastic in his style and enamored by his writing. So check it out. if you like, current affairs or something. 2024, I couldn't decide between two books. Sorry, I got hair everywhere. So the first one being Kader Abdullah with The House of the Mosque. I have my tiny, cute Italian edition by this wonderful publisher called Iperborea. I also have the writer autograph here because it came to Italy to pick up an award this year, actually. And then Life Before Us by Romain Gary, another favorite author of mine. Beautiful story set in Paris during the beginning of the 20th century, I believe. Okay, moving on. What are 3 things you've learned from BookTubing? Oh my gosh, I don't know if I learned something technical, but I have to tell you, I feel so grateful for all the connections among booktubers and among followers. I've built so many important and meaningful friendships. I had a chance to also meet some of the women that follow my Italian channel during a literary festival, and it feels like we've known each other for a long time, because maybe we, with connecting through the comments, we start to get familiar with each other, and it's so amazing to witness how readers find such common grounds and such understanding. And this connection is really precious. And so I'm really grateful for all the connection that I've made, especially here also on Uncommon Reader, because being able to share videos in English allowed me to reach so many corners of the world, being friends with people in the US, in Europe, in Australia. So I thank all of you, my precious booktuber friends as well. The third question for the BookTubing is, what are 3 goals you have the next year on BookTube? So I have decided not to put too much pressure on me next year. I'm also, of course, making videos for my Italian channel, so sometimes it can feel overwhelming. I don't have the burnout feeling. I really enjoy what I do, but life happens as well, so I don't have too much time to dedicate to do a lot of videos. So I feel that even I don't want to take part to any challenges next year. I really want to take it easy so I can continue doing maybe a video every 5-6 days. I want to continue to do buddy reads, because to me those are very satisfying. It really helps you get out of the book so much more, because you're also absorbing the perspective of another reader. So those are very important. So these are pretty much the plans, very laid back plans for 2026. So the next set of questions are 3 random for fun questions. And the first one is, what are 3 fictional worlds you'd like to visit? Okay, I found this a really tough question, because I don't know if it means you gotta pick a book or just a random scenario, like a genre. So I don't read a lot of fantasy, so I have to rely on, real places. So I would come up with maybe be a protagonist of a sci-fi book, something like Orbital, which I loved reading this year, by Samantha Harvey. I wouldn't mind looking at Earth from a different perspective and enjoying all the beauty that we can appreciate, and sometimes we don't do enough on an everyday basis. Of course, any book set in Paris, which is my favorite city in the world. And then maybe a book set in nature. I'm thinking about Roots of Heaven, set in Africa, where this man is trying to protect the elephants from being slaughtered. I'd love to take a trip to Africa and appreciate the beautiful continent. The next question is, what are 3 ships, relationships, romantic or platonic, you'll always root for? The first couple that always comes to mind with questions like these are Anne Elliot and Frederick Wentworth in Persuasion by Jane Austen. Harry and Claire, the time traveler's wife. I really enjoy the sort of dystopic, in a way, relationship, and that really transcend time. And then Achilles and Patroclus by Madeline Miller, if you remember Achilles' song. I really loved how Madeline Miller described this incredible love story narrated with the voice of Patroclus, which I thought was a brilliant move from her part to get us even closer to their special bond. Name 3 books with a number in the title. 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. It's one of those books I should reread because as everyone will tell you, the first 100 pages, I don't know why, maybe he did it this way to name the book 100 Years of Solitude, are really, really difficult. But then when you get into the story, I remember I was so mesmerized. But unfortunately, I really don't remember anything about the story. So I will have to reread it maybe next year. I don't make any promises. As I said, a very laid back 2026 is on the horizon. Then, as I mentioned before, I'm gonna grab it again, V13, give it a try. And of course, a book I read, I think this year, I'm not sure, Fahrenheit 451, a banned book that really shook me, a very interesting book. Bonus question, what books are you excited to read this next year? So I want to grab 3 books. I mean, I have so many here at home that I can't wait to read, but I'm going to show you. On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. I bought this in California in October. Actually, it was a gift. And I heard of Ocean Vuong first on Lecton channel, so I thank him so much and I look forward to read this one. And then my future January buddy read with my friend Renee of Beyond Books. We're gonna read Another Country by my beloved James Baldwin. And then just arrived from Paris the new book by Emmanuel Carrère called Kolkotse. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. So this is going to be, again, sort of a memoir mixed with historical facts. And I believe the book is dedicated to his mom, about her life, but I'm not sure. Anyway, this book is in French. So it's gonna be my second book that I read in the French language. So I sort of push myself to really get to learn the language before I move to Paris. You never know, right? Okay, so at the end, of course, my duty is to tag 3 more booktubers, and I will do so in the info box. Thank you so much for watching this video with me today and keeping me company. I hope I kept you company. And I hope you'll return here on Uncommon Reading soon for the next video. Take care and happy reading. Ciao.